And good morning. Welcome to Kelowna Now Live. We are at the top of Landmark 6 and live on YouTube and X. And topping the stories this morning, Victoria Councillor Susan Kim has issued a second statement on her signing an open letter that disputed claims of sexual violence committed by Hamas in Israel on October 7th, 2023.
Yeah, she's basically saying she's writing now to apologize for signing that open letter that has been the subject of much warranted scrutiny over the past few days. Kim wrote in the second statement, and she posted on her Instagram account last night how she deeply regrets that, and she hopes that people will move on.
Mm-hmm. Health Canada is lifting its ban on thousands of British, Irish, and French people giving blood.
Yeah, so that ban's been lifted now. That was actually through the 80s and 90s, and it was all due to the mad cow disease. Oh. So now they're eligible to donate blood starting December 4th, right? So that was put back in place in the late 90s as a precaution during the outbreak of mad cow disease in the UK.
Something a parent would never have to want to deal with. A young, brave boy, 4, flown from Kelowna to Vancouver after brain tumor diagnosis.
Yeah, he was airlifted to BC Children's Hospital in Vancouver with his grandmother, Donna Bird, earlier this month. If you go to KelownaNow.com, you can read more on the story, and you can also donate. They set up a fundraiser there, so to help the family with travel costs and all the stuff that goes with, like everything that they have to do right now. So,
on the lighter side, some good news from our space agency. Canadian astronaut is going to be bound for our space station and a colleague to go up to a moon flight.
Yeah, so Canada's new astronauts were given marching orders on Wednesday, with one bound to the International Space Station, while the other will serve as a backup to the highly anticipated lunar mission.
Yeah.
Hey?
Going to the moon.
I signed up for the Mars thing.
Did you?
No. I would, though.
You would, though. That's an
probably a one-way trip, though.
Yeah, that's a thing, if you're lucky. The Canadian-U.S. border explosion, it's been determined, was not terror-related.
That's according to the FBI, and that contradicts earlier media reports. The agency said the investigation into the incident had been turned over to Niagara Falls Police Department in New York. Search of the scene revealed no explosive materials and no terrorism nexus was identified. So,
man, that video.
So I'm sure we'll hear more. 2 people did die in that explosion, and 1 border worker received minor injuries. We showed that video last night, so you can go look at last night's news to see it, or you can find it all over the internet, I think, probably.
Yeah. And there's a bit of chat nationally right now just around how maybe it was characterized as something.
Well, I think everybody kind of jumped the gun probably in those kind of things because the world's pretty tense right now.
Yeah, so. I think the thing I was seeing was that one of the big media companies was advised by the government that it was. So then it spun off.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah. All right, next story. Kelowna's new lobbyist registry, I heard Tom Dice talking about this, is up and running, and you can now find out more online.
Yeah, so this is one of Tom Dice's platforms in his 2022 election, that he would set up a registry so that people know who's lobbying city council. So that means if you're taking up somebody out for lunch to kind of convince them to vote your way, you're now going to have to register and declare that. So, I
mean, that's just a good governance thing.
I think we should do that everywhere with all government officials, right? So, the lobby groups, especially at the federal level, are really strong, and there's a lot of money being thrown around, a lot of people taking trips and different things. So,
thanks for leading that, Tom. I think that's good.
Anybody looking into review that list will be updated every week on Kelowna.ca, the city's official website. So you can, I went on it last night just to take a look, and I did see 3 registrations already and then most of them were developers.
Well, it looks like a better life is ahead for 2 unfortunately emaciated dogs and their 18 combined puppies who were recently rescued from a property in Chase.
Wow, that's, again, we did a story the other day with the dachshunds, and now this is another one. BCSPCA Animal Protection Officer seized the 20 animals and immediately brought them to the veterinary clinic for examination and treatment. There's a couple pictures there with, like, if you go on the Kelowna Now, you can see some of the pictures there. And you can see that the animals are very thin, and there was a lot of... but if you want to help either adopt one of these 18 puppies or make a donation, you can head to Kelowna Now and you'll find the link there that'll take you right to the BCSPCA website to help these puppies out.
And you are being offered an opportunity to have a taste of the best sparkling wine in Canada.
Rigel, also the brightest star in the Orion constellation, is a blue supergiant, 40,000 times bigger and brighter than the sun, 78 times larger than the sun too.
So that's the inspiration behind the name of this wine from Township Seven?
Yeah, so all these stars are coming up because 2020, 7 stars Rigel at $37 a bottle from Township 7 on the Naramata bench just won Best Canadian Sparkling Wine at the 2023 Champagne and Sparkling Wine World Championships in London, England.
Well, that's great news.
Yeah, so pop a bottle and, New Year's is coming around. Who doesn't want a good bottle of bubbly?
That's right. And we have some video. A local fruit beverage entrepreneur. We've all heard of Karma, I hope. Anyways, some great local product and vertically integrated product in a farm in Rutland area. Anyways, we've got...
She's running for the BC United nomination.
Yeah. So Kent went out and had a chat, I guess, with Binny, right?
The nomination process for the BC United Party in Kelowna Lake Country Coldstream has been very interesting. High-profile candidates like Mohini Singh and Adam Wilson have dropped out, and questions were raised about how some candidates were gathering signatures for party memberships. One candidate to watch for in the vote that comes up November 25th is Binny Beauparai, who you may know from Farming Karma Fruit Company.
It's definitely been interesting. It is my first time running in an election, so I hear that this is unusual for a nomination election, but again, this is my first time, so I don't know any different. But my strategy has really been a lot of connection with the people, a lot of door knocking, a lot of phone calls, one-on-one conversation. And when I go, knock on the doors, they'll ask, why are you running for this particular party? And I tell them the reason why. BC United supports common sense approach, and a lot of the issues that they're trying to tackle, I agree with their point of view, and so it seemed the best fit for me. And I believe that if I continue to do the same work, my husband always tells me, he's like, if you win this nomination race, then very next day you're going to go out door knocking again, because that's what it's going to take. People need to know who I am and what I stand for and what our party stands for. And if they know that, I'm confident that we'll be able to win the seat come the general election.
All right. And you can find out more about Binny and that video at KelownaNow.com. The first ever Naramata Bench Winterfest is underway this weekend. A couple of different winter events happening throughout the Valley. Osoyoos and South Okanagan has one as well. And this one in Naramata, we've got some lovely pictures, I think, to look at.
Yeah, these are the pictures from a different event, but this event will happen this weekend. And I think they already have like 19 wineries that are going to. This is all started by the Chain Reaction Winery. So it's in Naramata. And I think you can find out a lot more about this event if you go to KelownaNow.com. They just wanted to have a really cool winter event.
Looks like they're having fun.
There you go. So go to the website, KelownaNow.com, and you can find that story. The Gord is also, as usual, from our Penticton office there, has great photos to show.
It's not the only winter event happening this weekend. It looks like the annual Winter Market Light Up event is also returning to downtown Kelowna next weekend, I guess.
Yeah, so we have the Rutland one that we talked about the other day, and now we have the downtown one that's going to happen, the annual event. So that includes the Kelowna Winter Street Market and the Light Up, which is happening very shortly, and that'll happen on December 2nd at 11 a.m. at Stewart Park. Festivities will include pictures with Santa, Are You Santa? Skating, live entertainment, as well as a variety of artisan and market vendors. The kids will also have a chance to write a letter to Santa, which will be delivered on site. Anyone interested in getting a picture with Santa should register online, and that appointment will be between 11 and 4:55. 4:55, not 5, just 4:55. Maybe Santa's done at 5. I imagine that's the logic there.
Right.
You can also have a toasty hot chocolate, and some of the proceeds will go towards the Central Okanagan Food Bank. You can find out more about the vendors that will be there on the Downtown Kelowna Association's website. So there you go. There will be some road closures downtown that night, so be aware of that when you're trying to find parking.
All right. And looks like more AI news as the rise of ChatGPT has been definitely one of the biggest.
We've had Sam Altman in the news there, fired, not fired, fired, not fired, and now back. But just a little kind of like ChatGPT has been one of the most significant black swan events in the history of technology. Following its debut, they get amassed 100 million monthly users in 2 months.
Very quick, yeah.
You know what I mean? In comparison, Facebook, 4.5 years to get 100 million users. And what are they at now? 50 after they banned us?
Yeah.
After it's 2004. Twitter surpassed this mark in over 5 years, and Instagram did it in 2 years. The wild part is that they've retained users each week. That's just crazy. Their weekly user base is 100 million people with 1.5 billion monthly website. Do you use it?
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah, I use it quite a bit too, right? So Black Friday sales have started. So if you're looking for deals, Black Friday sales have started, and I'm sure tomorrow will be, I mean, it's a bigger deal in the States, but it's been adopted by many Canadian outlets and retailers here, and you'll find them, you know, you can, I think, don't forget Black Friday is in-store kind of thing, but there's online too.
Cyber Monday.
And then there's Cyber Monday. Sometimes they say Cyber Monday deals are better, but the pickings are less, maybe, right?
Pickings are less. This, you can get it out of the way sooner.
Yeah, so lots of local retailers will be participating as well.
Well, and you support locally that way.
We must say happy Thanksgiving to our friends and neighbors to the south of us in America. The United States of America are celebrating Thanksgiving today.
It is their Thanksgiving, isn't it?
There you go. And you're looking at it, you're just like, what are you talking about?
That's really late. It's like a month away from Christmas.
You want to do some auction stuff this morning?
Yeah, let's have a quick look at the page, see what's up here, and open for bidding this morning. We have a 1-year compression therapy membership, which is on for 50% off and only 11 hours left at Vallejo Health Clinic. We've got Stay and Play 1 month pass, which is on for a very good deal there at about a third the price. What else here? The Sandwich Company. If you're in the technology towers, there's a really good way to get your cost of lunch down. Oh, it's an office catered lunch. Great. Yeah, for 10 to 12 people. So you know what? That's perfect. Christmas office party. And we've got, what do we got here?
You could use some brow lamb.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, you're probably right about that.
I was saying if you get one, take
nose hair lamb. What else do they got? Ear lamb.
Take one of those off. The 350 Bakehouse, we talked about it yesterday. Pretty cool stuff. So again, you can go online, go to KelownaNow.com. You'll find a navigation on top.
I think you're gonna
click that and then register. You can bid a couple of different ways. You can put in the bid that you want to do, and then it'll email you, notify if you get outbid. But you can also put in your max bid, so you don't have to keep checking it. So, like I say, if you had a max bid on that fat burger, that'd be a great gift for you to buy me. A fat burger there is always enticing. You could put in your max bid. Say you want to max bid $80, and then if somebody bids 65, it'll automatically bump you to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So you can do that without having to do anything. It's kind of like, you know, somebody's helping
Set it
you.
and forget it.
There you go, like AI.
Or as my kids would say, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Easy peasy. The kids are actually easier because they're using your money, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, there's our news headlines for the morning to get you started. Our weather forecast we covered off earlier today, and you can find that on YouTube or on X. But in general, we're just looking for a mostly sunny day today and a high of 5
well, look
degrees.
at the view behind us. That looks pretty spectacular.
Just
right?
a few clouds will be up there, not much. Nice, beautiful day. And it's going to be mostly sunny, really, for the next 4 or 5 days.
So if you're traveling this weekend, make sure you check KelownaNow.com, but also Drive BC, especially if you're doing mountain passes.
Yeah, those mountain passes can be a little different, that's for sure.
Yeah, so that highway's almost finished between Golden and Revelstoke there too, though.
I thought it was done. It's just open?
Not Golden and Revelstoke, but on the other side of Golden. It's last time I went through a couple of weeks ago, it was pretty close to done, but they were still cleaning it up and stuff like that. So it should be done soon, though.
I can't wait to travel it. That's a big change from a single lane through that territory.
Again, Trans-Canada Highway, our number one highway, called number one highway, should be dual lane across Canada. By the looks of it, it'll take a long time. BC is probably the province that has the
It's
least
tough, right?
amount of the dual lanes,
Yeah.
right? So that stretch between Revelstoke and Salmon Arm as well there's a lot of twisty, turny kind of roads there.
Yeah, and you're literally moving mountains to make way for road there.
But I mean, it's Calgary to basically Field. You're at 2 lanes, and then you're at single lane, and then you get that probably about 20 kilometers now before Golden. You get dual lanes, and then it's single lane mostly, all the way to. Although they are doing some work between Revelstoke and Golden though too. Mostly to that 3 Valley Gap there. So
It'd be interesting to see what the stats are, how things sort of change in terms of accidents through that.
it's definitely a big savings when you have people not crossing the middle line. Right?
Yeah.
'Cause most of those accidents when people cross that center line,
Yeah.
head-on collisions are not what you want to be in, right? So
Yeah. All right. Well, there's your forecast, your weather, and everything you need to get going on your day. Hope you have a good one.
So we have a couple of live streams today. We have Doug Gilchrist coming in, the city manager coming in. We're going to talk about the budget that's coming up. And we also have Rick Madison doing an interview with somebody in fire mitigation.
Yeah.
And we do have our 4 o'clock news coming up. And we are going to do a live stream today on Energized.
It's a busy day.
It's busy, busy, busy. So, hey, just keep it on. With that said, thank you for watching. We'll see you at 4.